Hey guys, I'm Leon and welcome back to another speed build in Sims 4, and today we are back with a traditional speed build video type thing. So yeah, basically the reason why I'm doing it in this form again where you can see the game's UI is because, well, first of all, the speed build is too short if I had it in the normal cinematic way that I'm kind of wanting to do now. I'm doing it, but this time I'm not, so that's the reason behind it. If I did it like that, it would probably be not even like 5 minutes long. So yeah, it would be over pretty quickly. Now, before I jump any further into the video, I want to say thank you to Bellguru who tagged me for this 10k build challenge. Thank you very much. You can also check out please go and check out Bell's channel. There will be a link to that in the description down below. So give Bell a big fat subscribe button and stuff and things. Moving back here, so the idea behind this build was to have it look like a trailer where you would live. Now, it actually looks pretty good because I actually used some really nice techniques when it comes to a bedroom. You'll actually see it. It's actually on the second floor, which actually is still one, because if you can't tell, there's only one floor, and that's right, it's gonna be one floor throughout the entire build. That's final, but the bed is on sort of a second floor, and you'll see what I mean by that when we get to it. I don't want to spoil anything too much, so I'm gonna talk about it when I get to it. Now, a little bit about the house. Now, please keep in mind this beautiful lot value counter on the top left corner, because at some point it will freeze, and it actually caused me so many troubles afterwards, because the counter froze, and it froze around 6,000. And I kept thinking for a while that I still have so much money left. Then I realized that it actually froze on 6,000 until I actually went to furnish the bathroom. I saw that, wait, I put a top down, but the value doesn't go up. What the fridge? And that's where I noticed that, oh, I was actually over the value, over the limit. I was actually, though the lot value said 6,000, guess what? I was over 15,000, so it didn't work out quite good. Here we go. This is, now we're getting into creator's land. As you can see, I'm choosing a bed. This is a really nice bed. It looks pretty good, so I decided let's chuck it in, and it was pretty cheap, so why not? As you can see, I used move objects G to move it up, and one great thing about it is it's actually a very big space saver, because you can also put items below it. Now, I'm not sure whether all items work, but they do. And I first wanted to put the carpet, which looks like a deck where the bed is sitting, so it doesn't look like it's floating. But if you didn't really see, the carpets kind of glitch out when you make them float. As you can see, it seems like they're on the ground because objects overlap it, even though it's under it. It's very weird. So I decided not to go with these nice carpets instead, or actually I decided to go with nice shelves instead, because they just worked beautifully. So you'll see me putting down the shelves now. It actually looks pretty good. I'm really happy with the result. I think the trailer, though the bathroom could use some more work, and I actually really love this, and if it wasn't a 10k build challenge, I think this house would have looked so much better, because I really love this idea. You have a really small house, and but still you have like this nice bed over like this top piece. I think it looks really nice, or the floating deck. It just gives you more, it gives you a warmer and cozy feel, if you really think about it. So I thought, you know what, that's just pretty nice. So here I removed the wall, so it prevented shelves from snapping to the wall, because it caused me some problems. First I put shelves down, and then I rebuilt the wall, because otherwise it would snap to the wall, and I couldn't get them to the place I wanted them to go, so that was a headache. Now here I'm moving a sim in. just so I can test the bed to see whether it works, because this is something, if you're building it like this, you gotta make sure that everything works, so you have to make sure you have a sim on the lot, which you can test the lot with. So that's just something to keep in mind. Here I am choosing a door. This is the sort of office area, office nook. At below here, there will be a bookcase and of course a desk, because we gotta have a desk. Now, as you can see, keep in mind on this counter right now, it's not good. It's not good. Just pay attention to it. You'll see what I mean. The counter froze, if you can't tell. The money is going, but the counter is not updating. And that's where I realized that, not this moment, like later when we go to the bathroom, you'll see that I noticed that, hey, look at this. We're actually 5,000 over. So that wasn't fun. Here, I wanted to try something, maybe make some sort of staircase which just looked like staircase basically, because they're not functional because they're shelves, but something to make it look like they're actually stairs leading up to this deck, but I decided not to do it because it was too much work and I just wasn't feeling like it. If you can't really tell. So here I am already put some sort of a kitchen on the right side, but I will move it to the left side, I think. No, I already did. Oh, I already did move it. It was first on the left side and then I moved it to the right. Okay, never mind, I'm lost. This is where the living room and the dining room will be. Now, as you can see, there's not too much space, so I tried to cramp as much stuff I could. I wanted to use these really nice railings, but then I decided let's not, because that really closes in the this really closes in the space like it isn't closed in enough. So a great shelf at the top. Just noticed that there's actually a shelf floating. By the way, this was a money saver, I will tell you that much. Later I was struggling getting some money down, and guess what, that shelf was floating up there the whole time, and when I sold it, it was like poof, it's there. For a second I thought one row of oh my god, I can't speak today, I'm sorry. One row of shelves disappeared, but it just faded away because it wasn't in the full wall view. So shelves are there, or at least I think they are, but yeah, let's move on. So the exterior of the house, I wanted to keep it pretty simple and just sorry, so I wanted to keep it pretty simple, and it's a trailer and I kind of wanted to make it look more wooden than anything else. Also because it's in the middle of nowhere, and the default lot name for this lot is actually mid nowhere or something like that. So it falls pretty well with this house. Now for the bathroom, it's very empty. This is where I noticed, as you can see, I put a bunch of tubs down and then I noticed, oh wait, the counter didn't update, and then I went to this sharing view and then I saw it's over 15,000. I'm like, oh my god, what the hell am I doing? So as you can see, I will have to sell some items now. This is where the struggle begins. So it was so easy to finish this. So I'm trying to put things that are the cheapest, basically. They're not working, so I have to spend a little bit more money to make it look the way I wanted it to, and it just wasn't a fun time, actually. It just was not a fun time, I will tell you that much. Also, I wanted to have a second door here, the backyard, if you will, even though it's a side yard more or less. But then I noticed, oh wait, the stairs cost 200 bucks. I definitely don't have enough. But fun fact, when you put down the stairs and you see they cost like 200 or I think it's 250, guess what costs more? The freaking wall that's just that little triangle at the bottom which fills up so you can't see underneath the stairs. That thing cost 200 bucks. The stairs themselves cost 50. So just to put it into comparison, this is something I noticed now. I never thought that was a thing, but apparently it is. The shelf is still floating, by the way. So basically, now I will be doing. There's also gonna be a front pad. Oh my god, I'm trying. Well, that didn't go as planned, did it? There will be a front patio where this entrance area is. I will put a nice place to sit there. Maybe you wanna sit here at evening, watch the stars, because you know this is Windenburg, this is in the middle of nowhere. You wanna watch the stars, because that's basically all you can see other than the woods surrounding you. So putting the dirt around, this is something I do on regular occasions. Just putting it down so it looks like it's been there for a while. It doesn't look, it was just plopped down and that was it. Now from now on, I'm just checking every time I want to see the value. I'm checking on the sharing on the save lot dialog, this pop-up here, because this top left value counter just froze. It stopped updating and I just hated it. So because it caused me so much problems, because I was already thinking so much, I had so much money left. I'll be able to make the backyard, maybe put a couple of trees. Guess what? I was already over the limit, even though the live counter said, oh, ho, 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 you're not. So that was really stressful, but eventually I figured everything out. It took me a little while though. That's the reason why it took me so long to build this, because I was thinking maybe it will take me like 30 minutes to build this. After I figured out I'm like over my budget, there were some problems. I wanted to put these really nice fences, this really tiny fence, but it just did not work. Here I kept this fence for a while, the privacy fence, but then I decided, you know what, this tree fits beautifully there, and I chose that instead. And I was actually quite surprised that this grass costs like 50 or 60, I think. But the tree costs twice as less. So, not sure what logic this has, but yeah, it just does. It's EA logic, that's basically what it is. That makes much more sense now, does it? So, just finishing it up, putting some lights around the exterior of the house, and that's gonna be it, basically. We should switch to, oh yeah, we forgot the pathway, just putting the random pathway here, so you know, it marks this is where you often walk on, so you know, you kind of left some pieces of sand over and over again, and you created a path, basically. And that is it, so we're moving forward into the whole thing here. This is the island in Windenburg, by the way, if you're wondering where this is. It's the middle of nowhere, I'm pretty sure you already know where this is. And this is it, this is the final thing, so it looks like a trailer, and this is what it would look like if you were to walk in. You would just walk in and you would see this. That is it, that's all it has. And behind the door there is a bathroom, and that is absolutely it. And this is a nice shot. We are flying slowly upwards, and this is where you can see the deck where the bed is. I wish this is actually functional, you could actually do this without any cheats or anything, but hey, guess what, Sims 4 is limiting as always, as it always has been, so we can't really change much there, can we? So, sorry about the throat clearing, but I'm a little bit sick if you haven't already figured out, so yeah, basically. Remember guys, you can download this house on the gallery. There will be a link to that in the description down below, so if you guys are interested, definitely go and do that. Now, as for tagging someone for this challenge, I don't think I'm gonna tag anyone, just because I don't know anyone to tag, because by this time, because this challenge is long overdue for me, and by the time I'm recording this, I think everybody was already tagged, so anyway. That is basically it, so I'm not tagging anyone. Thank you very much guys for watching. Like this video if you like it, dislike it if you didn't like it, and don't forget to subscribe to Bellguru, check Bell's channel out, and show some love. I'll see you next time. Thank you very much guys for watching, and take care.